What is going on, my Cardano friends? It is your friend Jack here. In today's video, we're going to be going over some Cardano ecosystem gems that are up, 3, 4, 5x when all the while Cardano is down 40, 50% depending on when you got in at. Now, as you may know, there are a lot of things happening on Cardano right now. There's a lot of people building, and with everyone building, a lot of these dexes, a lot of these wallets, marketplaces, DeFi protocols, whatever else, they have native tokens for their protocol, whether it be for governance or just for other utilities. They have native assets that are on Cardano. One great example of this that we're going to start today's video off with is liquid finance. Liquid finance has their own token, LQ, and that one is our titles, 500%. Basically, back on the first day of January, if we zoom out a bit, you're going to see the average for that day was about 7 ADA per LQ token. Now, back then when I saw this, and I made videos a month ago on liquid finance, I thought, okay, that's pretty high considering the supply is not even completely let out yet. All of the major circulating supply is yet to be put into distribution, and I think I'll hold off on this one, right? Well, a few days later, 5 days later to be exact, we hit 32 ADA, and now we're sitting at around 40 ADA. So yes, that is a 5+X. That is over 500% gain. All the while, Cardano price has been pretty much doing nothing. Matter of fact, in the last 7 days, pretty much with this chart in mind, we've seen Cardano go from 130 all the way down to 110, which is very low Cardano price. And does that scare me? No, not really. After all, I'm just holding my Cardano, but it is interesting to see that things inside of the ecosystem are appreciating in value and getting a lot of interest from the people inside Cardano. And the general consensus is that there's going to be more money to be made inside of these more obscure tokens on Cardano than Cardano itself. Here we have another example, Milk, the native token for this swap we're using right now, Muesli swap, going from 0.2 ADA all the way up to 1.35 now. So yes, over a 5x, well over a 5x. And this is happening very often for native assets that are just launching on Cardano. Now, am I saying that you should go and dump all your money into one of these random, obscure native assets that we don't really have any idea if it could actually, provide enough volume to even allow you to sell? No. What I'm saying is that there are a lot of opportunities, and this is just the beginning. We can click on almost any of these top popular coins and see that there's a lot of volume on them, right? 399,000 ADA on the 21st of December for the Pavia token. If we go to the price by the days, you can also see there's just a lot of fluctuations. There's also not much history on any of these. So if you're trying to pull the technical analysis and see what's going to happen, I doubt it's going to be that simple, as there are whales that could quite easily, obviously, affect the price drastically of these tokens. It would not be that hard. So keep that in mind. But it is interesting that there are so many tokens trading right now as Cardano native assets, and their price appreciation is quite insane, right? We've seen some of them not do so great, going from 1 ADA now down to 0.35, and others going from, as we mentioned, 0.2 to 1.35 ADA. So it's not a sure thing, but there is some interest from me, and I think I should give it to you, that there are opportunities even when the price of Cardano is going down inside the Cardano ecosystem. And we are so early that we only have one live DEX right now, I believe. And even this live DEX doesn't have that many tokens because there's not that many tokens. So keep that in mind too. There's going to be more and more listings of tokens. There's going to be more transaction volume. There's going to be more people in general coming to the Cardano ecosystem. And when that does happen, I believe a lot of these native assets are going to go quite crazy. Now, I'm not here to give you all the gems on what's coming because I don't know. But I can tell you that not all of the Cardano native assets in the short term are going to be winners. Some are going to go down quite a lot. But where there's risk, there's also a lot higher reward than investing something like Cardano, ADA, which has a massive market cap of, $40+ billion. Something like this only has a market cap of less than 50 million, not billion. So the chances are to go up, it would require a lot less volume. It's more likely that you get a 10x out of something like this than Cardano, especially in the short term. Now, there's going to be way more listings on MuesliSwap, on other dexes as things progress throughout the year. And I do think this is the beginning, and just a warning to everybody that there's going to be opportunities if you're looking for them. Not everyone has all the time in the world to look for them, but they are there if you are researching actively and taking your eyes off of just YouTube, maybe my videos, or Twitter, for a little bit. Those places can be good to get information, but ultimately the best way is to look into things yourself and individually determine, could this go up in value? Is this worth my money? What risk am I taking here for what potential reward? In all honesty, there's not much way you could have predicted with absolute certainty that milk or liquid were going to take a huge run up just in 1 week. It's just not something that is easily able to see. No one has a magic ball, and who knows what the next one will be. Maybe it's one we're looking at right now. By next week, it's up 5x. We don't really know, but we do know that the volume for all these tokens doesn't have to be that high in relativity to other altcoins and other blockchains for them to actually make a solid return on investment or solid pump. For them to be artificially pumped wouldn't be that hard either. So you have to take in mind that things can get crazy very quickly, especially as we're dealing with random new assets on the Cardano blockchain. There's going to be much more opportunities for you to gain money, but also a lot of opportunities for you to lose money. So if you're out there and you want to get into some Cardano native assets, right now you can go over to MuesliSwap. You can look at what they have listed. There's going to be other projects listed coming up. There's also going to be other dexes coming up with their own tokens and their own listings. So keep these things in mind. We are just at the beginning of the stages for, different altcoins on Cardano. So Cardano native altcoins, Cardano native assets. And I do think this is a huge opportunity for many people looking to invest in the Cardano ecosystem and get a greater reward than just, a couple 100%. They could get a couple 1,000% over a long time period if they're investing in successful projects inside the Cardano ecosystem and not just ADA, the native token. Of course, though, one way is playing it safe and one way is taking a little bit more risk for a lot more reward. Either way, whatever you do, please, please, please don't just go off my words here. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a guy in my mom's basement. So take everything I've said with a grain of salt. However, I do hope you look into some of the projects building on Cardano if you want a potential more lucrative investment return. And also if you want to just support developers in the ecosystem and be a part of what's growing day by day for the financial revolution on Cardano. If you want more videos on Cardano specific native assets and other things that might explode or have an interest for me, please consider subscribing, as I do post Cardano videos every single day, and I'll be continuing to do so throughout 2022, as well as putting out tutorials and all types of content on how to use the upcoming dApp ecosystem that is here building on Cardano. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great freaking day. Peace out.